Hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me again. On today's episode of Pop Culture Tarot, we will be looking into Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Okay, everything I say in this reading is alleged. I have no proof. This is just for entertainment purposes. I hope you all feel like $1,000,000. Everyone is doing amazing. I'm going to call you all my eavesdroppers. I think that's a cool name for us, the eavesdroppers, as we are using tarot to take a peek beyond the veil into what's going on with a lot of pop cultural icons and socially trending stories. And so I thought that would be a really cool name for us, y'all. Let me know if you all like that. We can obviously change it, but I love the name eavesdroppers. All right, so today, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, according to Google, there's a lot of controversy surrounding the life coach and reality TV personality, centering primarily on the legitimacy of her doctoral credentials, her lack of clinical mental health license, and public remarks regarding masculinity. So her licensing is in question because she's saying that the school she went to actually has shut down, is defunct, and that is Argosy University. It shut down in 2019, and so she's saying the records were wiped clean and the transcripts are impossible to assess. The public response to her has been a lot of skepticism about whether or not she's legitimate and about why there's not any visible evidence online that she's actually credentialed and licensed. Okay, so there have been remarks that she's made regarding Torre. I guess arguments regarding his gender or men in general. I'm not exactly sure, but I want to look into Dr. Bryant and see what her deal is. According to the cards, again, everything is alleged for entertainment purposes only. Spirit, when it comes to Cheyenne Bryant, what is her deal? She just kind of popped up on the scene. I became aware of her, I want to say about 2 years ago. And I've seen her on podcasts and things of that nature, but I don't know a lot about her. I don't follow her. So what is her deal? We get luxury, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Venus in Virgo. What is her deal? Could be appearances. We get competition, the Five of Swords. Venus in Aquarius. Wow. I feel like controversy is actually the name of her game. Five of Swords talks about winning at all costs. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card of living in a lap of luxury, being very comfortable. Talks about beauty and security. And I kind of feel that she's leveraged her beauty. She's used her appeal, her looks to her advantage. With it, there's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel that there are people, and she feels like are jealous of her because of the money she's amassed, the success she's amassed for herself. She's looking at it. She's looking at it like this is one of the things that comes with the territory, being in the spotlight. As the Nine of Pentacles can, in fact, imply someone who's making their money online, in a sense of creating content, very influential energy. It doesn't represent materialism, creature comforts, financial stability. So I do feel like this was an end goal for her to be successful, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. What's her deal? Yeah, she has the King of Pentacles. Money is definitely a motivating factor for her. I don't know her sign. Let's look up her sign. I'm a bit curious what her zodiac sign might be, because I'm getting a lot of earth energy. So just bear with me a second while I look up her birth date. Wow, she's a Virgo. Okay, there you go. September the 6th, 1982. And she actually is, this is on brand for her. The Nine of Pentacles represents the date of September the 1st. Through about the 11th. So her birthday actually falls within the time frame of the Nine of Pentacles. So the very first card out is definitely her energy. So she has a penchant for fashion. She has a penchant for beauty and extravagance and luxury and things of that nature. So again, this is right on brand for her. September 6th. Okay, what else? King of Pentacles. So this is definitely a part of building an empire for her. And she also has the Queen of Swords, which is Venus in Virgo. Okay, yeah, I see a lot here about her being very strategic. She's a thinking woman. She's logical. Communication is her gift. Some level of diplomacy, but assertiveness at the same time. The Queen of Swords represents the voice of reason. And she has been known to go onto platforms where she's the feminine voice, but she's an assertive feminine voice. And she's standing up for what she believes is right. I definitely see that here. She's someone who has a lot to say. She's very strategic. Nothing that she does is coincidental. So all of this was done intentionally to secure a spot for herself. She's using her gift of gab, her oratory skills. Okay, so let's take a look. Is she a licensed therapist? We get the Seven of Wands. She's very defensive about it. Is she a licensed therapist? Or is she a fraud? We have the Queen of Wands. Now that would be a yes. That's another card representing influence and beauty. It's beauty capital that's working on her behalf. She feels like that is the shield for her. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. So we get a couple of yeses here. But what I get from this is that she's found a way to monetize and capitalize off of her beauty and her influence. I don't feel as though, I'm not seeing any cards here suggesting that she actually is licensed, though the cards are showing me yeses and, one no. Okay. Is she a licensed therapist? No, we have deceit. Wow, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I was trusting my instincts with that. I definitely feel like she's being deceptive here. The card says be cautious with plans, communications, or partnerships. Are all parties being forthright? So she's not being forthright about something. This card is about thievery, trickery, secrecy, and strategy. Like I said, she's very strategic. She's using her beauty capital. She doesn't appear to be, according to the cards, a licensed therapist. We get the Temperance card here. There's a little bit of truth mixed with a little bit of lies. Is what I'm getting from this. This is Sagittarius energy. And this card is about emotional alchemy, being at work. Fiery emotions are cooling down into understanding and compassion. So the Temperance card is about avoiding extremes. It's about integration, adaptability, and alchemy. I feel like she found herself in this position intentionally but unintentionally. She didn't know exactly where it was going to go. She just knew that she had the aesthetic with the Queen of Wands here in the Nine of Pentacles. She had the aesthetic to really sway people, win people over, and she used that influence to her advantage, but she's definitely showing up as someone who is deceptive in the cards. What will be the outcome of this? There are people who are calling for her head. They want money back. They want lawsuits filed. They're really offended that she played in our faces collectively. So what will be the outcome of this, of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? We have solitude. She's feeling alone. She's feeling like people are alienating her. Virgo energy, that is her card. That is her major. And we have illusion, the Moon card. She feels like people are trying to deep dive with this Hermit going into the Moon card. She feels like people are looking into her. They're trying to find dirt on her. She feels really offended by it. She's on the defense. The Nine of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Sagittarius, Moon energy. Okay, so there's a lot of energy here of feeling victimized and under attack by the public, but she's standing her ground. She's not backing down. The Ten of Wands is under that, which does mean there will be a point where this kind of collapses. And either she's going to have to come out and tell the truth about the fact that she's been deceptive, or she's going to have to produce her credentials. The last card is the Three of Pentacles, and that is Mars in Capricorn. Okay, so this shows me that her relationships in the public eye are not done. She'll continue to work with other people. She may sit down at some point and do an in-depth interview. I know she has already done an interview, but I mean something that really peels back the layers and gives us some insight into why there has been deception. Yeah, I'm seeing partnership here with the Two of Cups, and then harmony, which is Ten of Cups. And I also see the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is innocence. So ultimately, either she's going to produce her credentials and people will, all will be well, and people will forgive her, and, the collaborations and partnerships will continue, or she'll be proven to be deceptive, and people will eventually forgive her once she humbles herself and pleads her case. This is what I'm saying about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I'm trying to be consistent on the channel. I want to get a lot of readings out for you all, so just keep your notifications on. Make sure to like the video. Be sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next reading.